So for week one, I have put a photo of me in Greece, where my family is originally from. That photo was taken in 2016 when I was 14 years old. Me and my family went to go visit there. And then the second photo I took of the lemon tree in my backyard. Both those photos are pretty important to me because they represent who I am and my identity, the Greek culture, my ethnicity. Um, and also for the second picture, which is our discussion for week one, we discussed about who is most important to us, and I guess we all had similar values, and we had similar networks who we go to for support, our family, our background, all of those that kind of relate to our identity and I guess our connection to country, and what we like to do and where we're from and where we grew up. So for week two, I've put up two photos, one photo of me and my mum, and then one other photo of my cousin, my babu, which is grandpa in Greek, me and my brother. So family, I guess, is really important to me. They are my support network. They are my biggest supporters. In the second photo with my grandpa, he came from Greece, and he didn't have anything, and he wanted his daughters to have a good education, and he instilled a lot of good values and morals with them, and then they have obviously brought that down with us as the grandkids. And my mum as well, she's my number one supporter. She will, she's always been with me through thick and thin. And like my babu as well, he really means a lot, and he just supports me in every way, in all my education and just anything I do as well. So that's really important to me. So for week three, I put two photos. One photo was the group discussion we all had about the origins of our names and where it all came from, which was really interesting to find out. And the second photo is a photo of my brother, my grandparents, my yaya, which is grandma in Greek, and babu, which is grandpa in Greek, and myself at their 80th birthday, which was quite recent. So in that photo, my yaya, my grandma, I was actually named after her mother, because that's what happens in the Greek culture. We traditionally name our kids after the grandparents, but in this case, I was after the great grandmother. So I shared that with the group, and we wrote it down, and it was really interesting to find out where everyone else's name, where it came from, what it meant, the origins. Georgia also means agriculture, so it comes from the Greek word of agriculture, which was pretty interesting to me because I did not know that until I discussed it with the group. So for week four, I showed my group two pictures. One picture on the left being an opal my dad brought from when he was working in Cooper Pedy. He brought that back to Adelaide for us, and the one on the right hand side is a little frame that we have just hung around our house, which represents my family's culture and belief system. Those two images are very important to me because my dad brought that back from Cooper Pedy, and also it has been passed down from generation to generation, which is from the photo on the right hand side. That one has been passed down from my family. And then in our group, we discussed the different perspectives we had on our culture and what we like to do, and it was interesting to hear from everyone their different culture and their belief systems and all the different photos that they showed and how it represents them. The two photos that I put up for week five, one being a photo of my parents and the other one being a photo of my grandmother. These people, along with my other family members and my friends, have shaped my ways of thinking, my values that I do every single day. Part of my daily routine is to always be kind to one another. They've taught me to be optimistic, open-minded as well, just to always be nice to everyone, because you never know what they're going through, and that, I guess, is really important to implement within a classroom as an educator. I believe it's important to always have a smile on your face, because you never know what your students are going through, and that smile might brighten up their day, which is really important for them and also for me, so I can see and encourage them to be there best person, best individual self, and just to bring whatever they can to the classroom for the day, which is really important. So for my acknowledgement of country slide, I have chosen 2 important photos to me that represent my identity and my relationship to this land. So the photo that I'm going to talk about first is a photo of me holding up the Greek flag as a baby with my auntie and uncle. That photo is very important to me because it represents my identity and who I am as a person. The second photo, on the other hand, is a photo of my mum, my brother, and myself. Both of these photos were actually taken on Ghana land, the second photo being taken in my backyard. So those photos are very important to me. They hold a very special place in my heart. Those photos represent my identity and my culture, which ultimately makes me who I am, which is very important to me, and those people are very important in my life. I'm a very proud Greek Australian citizen who is living in Australia.